The brand Fuata Moyo hosted an exhibition and a runway show in the city of Cape Town on the 22nd and 23rd of February, closing down Bree Street with their collection of recycled denim from G-Star in collaboration with Vault On Bree. We had an opportunity to have a Q&A discussion about the process of making this collection right in their design quarter. Let's get right into it. This is brought to you by 100 Conversations.
Vault On Bree first designer collaboration, it was special because I think for us as a brand, Fuata Moyo, we've always been driven by collaboration. If there's one thing that we want to be remembered for, it's that the brand that was always keen to collaborate. I mean, we collaborated as a family to start this business. And we're always keen to collaborate because we believe collaboration itself is life. I always joke and say it takes a man and a woman coming together in collaboration before we have life in the world. And collaboration brings that essence to anything. It brings life to anything. And I think for us, I've always attended Vault On Bree events. They've always hosted cool events, and I've always been part of the crowd. And for me, I started seeing the potential into bringing the community together. And myself and the team started having a conversation just on how we can bring the two worlds together, and how would that be like, and so the conversation went on for a couple of months. There was different ideas, and at Fuata Moyo we've always hosted a fashion show every February, because that's when our brand, it's our birthday month, a birthday bash. So we always want to celebrate our birthday with the fashion show. And for this year, February, I just thought art fair is happening in the city. The whole world is coming down to Cape Town. It'll be beautiful to do something that kind of tied in with art fair, but at the same time elevated the way we showcase our fashion show. How do we top it from the previous year? And this year we wanted to go big. And the fact that Vault is on Bree Street, we thought it would be crazy if we can shut down the street and do, a never been done before fashion show in Cape Town. And and I think, pressure make diamond. We had a little bit of pressure, but I think we managed to put together something special. And the response and the reception that we've been receiving has just been amazing. The question on everybody's mind is like, what are you doing next year? So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
I think it was for both. Fashion for the people and fashion interrupting the people, but in the best sense of way, where people found themselves drinking coffee and end up at a fashion show. Because most traditional fashion shows has a selective audience, but we wanted to keep our audience broader. So some of the audience we thought we would never reach, we got to reach on that day. People that we don't even know would ever be our target market became our target market. And also just the structure was very intentional. We wanted to make sure that our audience is broader than to be narrowed down to just a set of people. It was very intentional to make sure the roads is blocked for the cars, but not for the people to walk through. So if people are walking their dogs and end up at the fashion show taking pictures, we found ourselves that people that were heading somewhere else ended up at the fashion show. So basically it was very intentional. Get people talking a little bit on the streets. So yeah.
So usually when you think of fashion shows, you think of white walls, VIP list, and spotlights. But we really want to be intentional about our HeARTbeat fashion show and just creating a space where fashion was accessible for everybody. So really, there was no invitation. It was open to the public. It was open to the city. As Cape Town is known for being a creative space for art lovers and art curators, that's usually our target market. And we wanted fashion to be accessible for everybody. Anyone who came to Bree Street could actually be exposed to the show and be a part of it, a part of the whole show, the exhibition, the people, the audience, the fashion that was here on that day. It was breathtaking, and it was a beautiful experience. You had to be here.
Yeah, of course, the space really influenced the show, and it's very important to have places like this that back young designer on all platforms. You know, like especially in Africa, it's hard. You know, young designer find it hard, especially black designer. They find it hard to break it on a line. But to have people and to have space like this, people who back you up, it's really important. Yeah, this space really influenced the scale because we could not pull this show without them. When we received the denim, we just thought it would be so nice to still keep that life that these denim carry and see how we can interpret it into a new life. And I think we came up with the concept of this dress. This dress is one of our very popular silhouettes, but what we wanted to do is still keep the rawness of the denim. So what we did, we unpick all the pocket of the denims, and we put all the bottom together to create the silhouette, and the in-between pieces we put them together to create the top part of this dress. And then what we did, we took all the pocket that we removed, we put them together to also make this hot jacket that is also well known under Fuata Moyo brand. And I think for us, it was a challenge, but I think challenge is good when it comes to creativity. It gives you an opportunity to explore and expand and see what you can create as new creation. And I think from a pre-love perspective, it was how do we still keep the raw, we keep the edginess of the G-Star denims, but into a new silhouette. And this dress was also part of the runway, and it was just beautiful, integrated into our collections. Yeah, and I think it was a beautiful challenge that became a masterpiece.
So one thing I have to say, when you're deconstructing pre-loved denim, you are not just ripping the garment apart, because fabric has a history, they have a story to tell. And for me, I look for all three in this specific order. Weakness, you basically have to look for what you're not going to use. And you know the inside part of the pants, the crotch area, usually that gets frayed a lot, that part we're discarding it. And then we look for strength, the part that you can use time and time again, usually the waistband, the pockets, duration. And then hidden potentials, there's always hidden potentials when you're working with garments. And I'll be safe to admit that I'm one that get very clingy with pieces because I believe nothing is waste in this factory. Like for example, right here on the mannequin, each and every piece came from what someone else would think is junk. We don't throw anything away. We actually, whenever we cut everything, we keep these bags and we pass them together. We make other garment bags for delivery. We make packaging fabric, so we're kind of reusing it again. And everything is sustainable. So another man's trash will be another man's hidden potential. So our HeARTbeat, but the primary focus behind this collection was honestly and simply just to give the flowers back to women. For the first time, Fuata Moyo showcased an all-women's collection, which we never ever have done before. And we were celebrating women of power, women of strength and resilience, especially in the workplace. And this collection was initially inspired by my mom, who is a single mom who raised 7 kids by herself. We kind of saw in all form where she had to be the breadwinner, she had to be the stay-away mom, she had to be the nurturing, to just showcase. I think this collection initially was just to showcase that woman can be anything she wants to be. She can be the superpower, she can be the working woman, she can be the homemaker, and just to basically give the flowers back. And we wanted the audience to feel that from the collection, the silhouettes. And even the collection was kind of divided into 3 parts, where we had Act 1, which was the origin. It started with a lot of like very soft, feminine pieces, and then Act 2 was the labor, which is very structured, tailoring, strong focus on the workforce, woman going to work. And then the music changed during the collection. And the last part was the legacy, which is very powerful, embodied strength, beautiful dresses, beautiful art pieces. And I think a lot of the times we just focus on one focus when it comes to women collection, but this collection was initially, I'm already getting out of breath. This collection, I'm talking so much. This collection was initially just to showcase the strength of a woman, and that a woman can be everything she wants to be. And we basically were empowering that. And me being a woman myself, I think I wanted everyone in the audience to kind of be able to understand that message.
I think for us, the HeARTbeat was basically bigger than all that. And I think coming from a family, losing our father at a very young age as a family of 7 kids, being raised by a single mom, we had the privilege to see a really strong woman step forward. And in a moment where it all seemed like a crisis, we got to see resilience, persistence, and just strength of a strong African woman. And that became one of the biggest inspiration for us as creative, for us as a family. So the concept of the HeARTbeat fashion show and the collection was more a celebration of women. Even if the way we showcased the collection was a celebration of different type of women, and how, you know, we need to create a space where we celebrate our foundation and where we come from. And I think for us, coming from a strong woman, we wanted to showcase that in our collection. And with the denim as well, denim has more life into it, you know. Even when it goes through the transition of being pre-love, it still can be revived into something new. And I think that was sort of like the message that we wanted to indicate with our collection, the HeARTbeat. It's basically the strength of an African woman can be transformed, can be celebrated, and also it can inspire. And we are the product of an inspiration of a strong HeARTbeat.
So you're right, denim isn't delicate, and that's what makes sculpturing, tailoring so impressive, because denim is one of those fabrics that it can't be controlled. Like when you're working with soft silhouettes for linen, it's just soft and it just flows the way you want it to. Denim is stiff, it has resistance, it has its own life of its own. So the beautiful thing about when we're doing work like this, you're turning it inside out. You get to see the raw part of denim, and that's the beauty of it. It's a lot of fraying that happens. It's a lot of pushing and forcing the denim to actually go into places. And usually when we work with our machinery, sometimes we have to change machines just for it to bind the denims together, because denim is quite thick. It's a lot of fusing that happens, raw ends. Sometimes we even take the denim where we fray it with a raw object to actually make it more thin and defined. Yeah, so it's a lot of surgical work that happens in between, and usually customers don't see this because this garment will be lined. So like right now I'm wearing the very similar dress, but this dress is made out of linen and it's lined. You don't see the inside mess. But with denim you kind of get the rawness of it, and I wouldn't call it mess. It's more like the undiluted structure of denim. What you see is what you get, and that's the beauty of it. And the nice thing about it, when it starts aging, it even looks more better because the frame becomes so natural and it just becomes part of the garment. And that's my favorite thing about working with this fabrication.
mean, when we wanted to collaborate it with the moments, you know, when you do a street fashion show, you don't know what to expect. But we're always trusting alignment, you know, when you're doing the right things, the right moment, everything, you can't predict it. You have to kind of have faith in the outcome. So I think even with the fashion show, we had a moment where right at the end of the fashion show, as the model raised up her arm, we had drizzle coming out from the sky. And at the end of it, people were making a joke. It was like, you guys had communication with God. It was just the right alignment. And I think that was the beauty of it. And I think you can't predict those type of things. And I think we went with that mindset of like, we're doing what we can, what we don't have control of, it become part of the destiny of the outcome. And I think it was such a beautiful thing to see, you know, the alignment with the Lord to give us a little drizzle right at the end of our fashion show. And that was the highlight of the whole runway. And also pulling our mom to walk with me also in the runway, that also was just like the cherry on top. You know, it was just like all the alignment coming together into what a beautiful street lifestyle fashion show can be. Yeah, we couldn't have planned it better, you know. It was just everything, every piece is in the right places, you know. Yeah, I think this collaboration for us, it created this new approach for young creatives, where we are not limited to, you know, how we showcase our collection is not limited to the industry box standard. You as a designer can actually step forward and find people that align with your vision to give you an opportunity to have a platform to showcase the way you want to showcase. And I think that is important. I think for us, with everything that we do, it ties back to our brand name and our logo. You know, our logo is a footprint. You know, a footprint, when you walk, you leave marks. And I think the journey is we following what we love. We following our art, but at the same time, we're leaving marks behind for those that follow behind us, so they can also believe. They can take charge of their artistry. They can take charge of how they present the art, and just find the right partner that you can collaborate with, so that you can have the opportunity to do what we have done. So Fuata Moyo is basically a legacy that we wanted to create for young African children, that do what you love and you never work a day in your life, and the world become the canvas to your imagination. And that's what it's all about.